Up next, I'm going to tell you about how I found a match set of antique license plates and give you a little bit of background and history on them. So stay tuned. Guys, how you doing today? Cave Picker here. Going to talk to you about some license plates that I recently came across a couple weekends ago. These license plates, I was really surprised when I saw them. I never really saw a set of license plates like this before. They are much different than any standard license plate you'll see in any of the states. But what happened to me is I was driving to a baseball game, and on my way there, I noticed a sign that said antique garage sale around back. So I pulled over, went around back, and I was met by a couple people who said, "Hey, welcome to the sale. If you see anything let us know and we'll tell you what a price is." So I went up on the porch, I'm looking around, I see lots of different things, and I get talking to them about where these items came from because there was a lot of really different things. There was a piece of door from a house, there was a rental, there was a tool chest, there were a bunch of things all over the place and lots of just different random but very old things. And they got telling me about how these came from the carriage house that was out behind their house. They had recently redone it. They had owned the house for a bunch of years, but had never been upstairs in the carriage house because it was kind of dilapidated and that kind of thing. And they decided to have it redone. So they hired some people to do that. They jacked up the build, poured a new foundation, and prior to doing all that, they had to empty it. And when they did, that's where all of these items came from. And they had a photo album there, and they showed me a lot of the before and after. It was a lot of really cool stuff. So I was looking around and I noticed these plates and I thought, wow, these are really cool. I've never seen red and white New York State license plates before. And when I picked them up, I noticed immediately that they were porcelain. Let me show you what they look like. Okay, this is one of the plates here. It's, as you can see, it's red and white. It's the number 94252. It says NY on it. On the back, you can see where it says LNG Company, which is a company, and I'll explain more about exactly what that company is. And so it's actually a porcelain license plate and it's pretty heavy. So there was actually a match set. So this is the first one. This one is in much better condition compared to the other ones. And let me show you the next. So here's the next one here. You can see same number. There's some condition issues with this one, obviously. You can see it's a little bit more tore up. On the back is pretty rusty, but it's still in pretty decent condition, and it's a match set. So that's kind of a cool thing to find two of these license plates that are match set and they're made out of porcelain. So let me talk a little bit more about what these are. So these license plates are, as I mentioned, made out of porcelain. They say, and they have NY here on the side. It's the number 94252. These license plates are considered antique license plates, and New York only made these 1 year, and they made them in 1912. This number in particular, this 94,252, was actually a plate issued in the Albany, all the way from, in New York, it's from Newburgh, Binghamton, Watertown, Albany, Poughkeepsie, Plattsburgh, Utica, that whole range there, this number plate was issued. Some of the other numbers 1 through 999 were issued first to VIPs, then 1,000 through 2,999 were reserved for dealers and manufacturers, and then the general public received fair plates. Numbers 3,000 to 49,000 were distributed in New York City, around Long Island, Rockland, Westchester County, and then 50,000 through 69,000 were for Elmira, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo. And then this number here, 70,000 and up, they were for Albany, Poughkeepsie, as I mentioned, Plattsburgh, Utica, Watertown, Binghamton, and Newburgh. I actually found these in a place called Fonda, New York, which is up in that area. So I forgot to mention about the carriage house. The carriage house was actually built, and they believe, in around 1880. And they said these were sitting there on the back wall for quite a long time. So that's the background for this plate in particular, as far as when it was made, what this number means. And I will put a link down in the description for some more background information on this license plate. I mentioned that on the back it said L&G Manufacturing Company. That was actually, I'm going to mess up this name, but it's Lalance and Grosjean Manufacturing Company, and they were based in Woodhaven, Long Island. I was really lucky to come across these plates. Really happy to find them. I think they're really neat, really interesting pieces of history. And so I was just lucky to get them. I've bought and sold a lot of license plates before, never any plates like these. So if you do ever find a set like this, pick them up because they're really cool. They're very, I would consider them to be rare, and they were made 1 year in New York, and they're made out of porcelain. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw here, please like this video. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And I appreciate you tuning in. See you next time.